Welcome to our edition on kindness for our YouTube. And again today, kindness to me is so vitally important, and that's why we're doing this YouTube. And I'm hoping this is going to give you some steps and techniques. My name is Barbara Britt, and again today we're going to be talking on kindness. I'm a motivational speaker that comes to you with action steps. I can get anybody excited about something, or most of us can. But it's the ability to help you to stay that way so that it motivates you to keep on going. I also go into companies and do cultural change. I do consulting. Where are your clients? Where are you at as a CEO, all the way to the person that is sweeping out that door? Where is the culture in your business? Are you doing acts of kindness? And then I do professional coaching. I walk beside my clients, helping holding them accountable, and never walking in front of them, but actually helping them with action steps that help them to move forward, to find the person that they were created to be, to find their purpose. I always like to start all of my programs off with quotes. And the one reason I do is because when I see a quote or I read a quote, even if I'm by myself, which I am when I'm developing material out, it helps me to expand my view of what I'm talking about. It helps me to stay in empathy. It helps me to see how others might be walking, and that makes it possible for me to get out and reach a broader audience when I train. So today I'd like to start you off with this quote, and I absolutely love it. It says, "No acts of kindness, no matter how small, are ever wasted." And I want you to really think about that. How many of you have done something or been with somebody and you've thought that was a waste of time? I know I can't be the only one. I know I'm talking to you out there as well. And time, I cannot stand when my time is wasted, because it's the only resource we can't get back. I cannot get back. So I know this: no matter the outcome, when I do an act of kindness, when I live an act of kindness, that time is never wasted, because I don't expect something to come back from that. I don't. My expectations of myself, and to give an act of kindness to help someone else. So remember, no act of kindness, no matter how minute, even a smile that time is never wasted, and it makes someone else's life better. And then my last quote, it says, when you are kind to others, it not only changes you. When you're kind to others, it not only changes you, it changes the world. And that's by Harold Kushner. And I just want to ask you that. It changes the world. Is that not the most awesome thing? So you think about, I live by a body of water. I live on the Sound in Northwest Florida. And I can actually see, it'll be calm and flat on the water where I'm at, and a small boat will go by way out there on the very opposite end, and I can start seeing that little tiny wave start, and it comes and it starts that wave action, and by the time it gets to me, which may be 5 minutes later, I can still see that wave action going. I can see it build. So that's what I want you to think about. You can change the world. And a lot of times people go, what can one person do? One person, act of kindnesses on a daily basis can change the world. Now, can you get better than that? So when someone says, what have you done? Well, you've been part of changing a world. What we're going to talk to you about today, again, is on kindness. And this came from Adrienne Bankert. And absolutely loved what I found out about her, and I actually started doing some research on her. And she says that kindness is your superpower. So I'm going to ask you right now to close your eyes, put your hands on your hips, and when I say superpower, you're your superhero, what do you envision? What is the power and the energy that starts coming up from your body, just knowing that you have the ability to change the world with your acts of kindness, no matter how small? Now you can go ahead and open your eyes again, but before you go out or face the day, I say put on your armor. Put on that armor of kindness. Put those hands on your hips. Breathe in deeply 3 times. Exhale anything that's negative out of that body, and think about what you're doing for those acts of kindness. So kindness is considered a cure. I love that. Kindness keeps us sane. You know how we can just get so down, so negative, and a small act of kindness gives us such hope. It keeps us from negative thinking. And I will tell you what, negative thinking is like it robs your soul. And the thing about it is it can come in and you're not even aware of it. And it comes inside of you and it starts rotting you from the inside out. So stay occupied. Stay occupied with kindness. Really just stay occupied about it. Think about it. We're going to talk today about some things that you can do to be able to stay in that act of kindness. So kindness is not about what you do. It's about who you are. I want you to think about that. It's your identity. And I can remember my first years of coaching and teaching, and I did that for 37 years. I thought it was so much about overpowering people. And I'm 5'1", and I thought about, but I just had to compensate. I was in mostly a male-dominated field, and I felt like I had to just come up over the top of you and take your kneecaps out. You know, I had to be able to do that. Well, no, I wasn't effective that way. Detrimental to me and detrimental to anybody that I came around. So the act of kindness, really, let that be your identity, that act of kindness. And it's about universal. Kindness is about being intentional about everything you do. And I love the word intentional because it allows you to take that paper and pencil, which I hope you have today. If not, start the YouTube back over again. And let's take some notes. Let's really think about being intentional, universal. It's about encompassing everything that you do. Not just are you kind at home, are you kind at work, are you kind at your church, are you kind when you walk down the street? Because anytime you think people don't notice you or aren't watching you and that you're not making an effect on them, you're wrong. They need you. They need that kindness to do that. And the next one is it's never wrong to be kind. I love that. You cannot be wrong by being kind. But I want you to understand, kindness does not mean that I take you over and have you live in my awareness, my circle. So now I'm talking about kindness is something that you give to someone else to help them build. So kindness can never be wrong. And the great thing about kindness is this: when I extend it to someone else, kindness itself gives me the energy to bring myself back up again. So when I'm kind to someone, I'm actually extending energy to them so that they can grab themselves and pull themselves back up again. That's the power of kindness. Believe it that everything you say matters. If you don't, you're going to say things that tear down. Believe in what you say, because I'm going to tell you what, someone's listening to you. There's that 2-year-old that's listening. It's that person down the hall from you. It's the person that sits next to you in the classroom. It's the person that's in the cubicle next to you. Believe everything you say matters, and how you say it. I can say something kind, but through the tone of my voice, I've taken it away from you. I can't tell you, when starting my business, how many people would say, "Oh, you're doing so great in that little business you're trying to start." Those were not kind words. They weren't words to build. They may have assumed that they were, but what happens is they didn't want to let those words go. They had to paint something on those words before they let them go. Don't paint anything on your words, okay? Don't do that. Tips for kindness. Schedule kindness by the hour. You can start by the minute, by the hour, by the day, week, month, year. Schedule. And I will tell you something, it will become a habit. It will be something you're hungry for. In October of 2019, I started doing gratitude. And I did it in the morning. In the afternoon, I started talking to people that I was grateful for, and in the evening. And I built a habit in less than really 30 days. I never go a day without starting my day off thanking people, thanking for me, it would be God, thanking them, being in gratitude for what I have. Well, kindness is the same thing. Build it as a habit. You can do it. It's easily done. The next thing is that kindness, think of it as a fitness. Part of your fitness. You eat correctly, and I'm really prone to say that, and I've written articles, I've read things on it, I spoke about that food is not your only diet. Your diet is what you take in, the words and things that you read, and the words that you express, what you hear, what you go to the movies and see, the people you hang around with. Your diet is that. So think about this, that it's part of your fitness. It's part of your emotional. It's part of the whole being of you, kindness is. So if you can think of that, if you're a runner, if you're a person that eats correctly, whatever, this comes in as part of your fitness plan. You can train yourself to be kind. Isn't that awesome? You can train yourself to be kind. Again, it's being intentional. It's actually writing it down. If it doesn't come to you naturally, it's all right. You acknowledge that. You know it now. It's your turn to go ahead and do something about it. Your kind self is who you want to be when you grow up. Your kind self. So think about that. Put that out in the future. This is all the things I want to be on my kind self. Bring it forward. And what are some action steps that I'm going to put in there so that I can be my kind self? I can be that person that I wanted to be. Kindness helps to keep you sane. During this time, you have seen people do things, and right now we're in the coronavirus, and we have a lot of other things that are going on that are just so negative and bringing in, and how we treat each other. Think about that. It helps you to stay sane. You're hearing people say things that in normal life they would never say, or they're getting on YouTube, they're getting on Facebook, they're getting on every social media and saying things that are just total insanity. And one day those words are going to come back to really haunt them. So think about that. Kindness will keep me sane. It cures anger that's in me. How many of you have been around someone that is so full of anger? The last 2 days, Sunday, I was hit with anger. Oh, unbelievable anger. And it wasn't directed at me, but it was directed at people, different people that didn't look just like us. It was situations. The anger was so, you could feel it in the room. Well, when I walked in Monday, it had brought me down. That anger, even though I wasn't a part of it. And then I got a couple of really neat texts that had anger in them as well. And it just helped to bring it down. So we are responsible for what we're allowing to be brought in. Anger can cure frustration or disappointment. So, kindness can cure frustration or disappointment. It can really help you get through there. Stay occupied in kindness. Stay occupied in kindness. You can do that. Kindness helps you to heal even yourself. You do a kind act and, the feeling is tremendous. The feeling is tremendous. Kindness keeps us from giving up. Have you ever been on that stage where you're just going to go, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm done. I'm done. Kindness to yourself keeps you from giving up. Kindness that you extend to someone else. And the last one is be a kind tour guide. Some people haven't received enough kindness. Some people don't realize that they deserve kindness. They don't know how to look for it. They don't know how to put it in themselves. Be that tour guide of what kindness looks like. I love living in Fort Walton. I love different things. And yesterday I was told that some people don't find this as a kind place. I wanted examples. The reason I wanted examples is I wanted to be that part of the change to kindness. That was so important to me. And I'd like to leave you with this quote on kindness. And I want you to kind of think about it. It says, kindness is a gift everyone can afford to give. Think about that. Kindness is a gift that everyone can afford to give. So, with these last words, go out there and be kind. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, you can go to my website, barbarabrett.com, and I will answer anytime you call, email, or text me. So I hope to get to know you a little bit better. And today, go out, be kind to someone else. Thank you for joining me.